and welcome back. It has certainly been a stressful couple of weeks, both good stress and not so good stress. But tonight we're going to pause, we're going to chill, and maybe we're going to learn something. But hopefully we get to bed at a decent time. Tonight, I'm going to go through another series of medical facts. So, without further ado, let's go. The older we are, the fewer tears we produce. In 1 month, a fingernail grows an eighth of an inch. And I'm pretty sure the toenails grow slower. But I don't know why. The kidney is the most transplanted organ, and about 70,000 kidneys are transplanted each year worldwide. I imagine second place would go to the liver, but I don't know that to be 100% true. If I had to guess, I would say so. On average, babies start smiling before 12 weeks. I don't have kids, so I don't know. But I've had puppies, and I can tell you, they certainly smile before 12 weeks. Almost all the cells in your body have DNA. The cells that don't are red blood cells. And that's not always true, but for the sake of, this exercise, we'll call it true. The average human being is able to recognize approximately 10,000 different colors. What's more bizarre is what I see as blue, you have no idea what color that is. You know how you see it. You don't know how I see it. Yeah. Your nails grow faster during pregnancy. Less than 30% adults and children who need a bone marrow transplant find a suitable match among their own family members. If you work in a hospital, there will often be bone marrow donor recruitment tables, for lack of a better term, because it is so hard to find a bone marrow match. Your shoulder is one of the most flexible, but least stable joints of your skeleton, because it is set in a very shallow socket. This allows it to be the most flexible. You don't often hear people dislocating their hip. It does happen, but not nearly as frequently as a dislocated shoulder. With great power comes great responsibility. About 1.7 liters of saliva is produced each day in the average person. And seems to be just a few more when you're trying to do ASMR. It's a lot. Blood accounts for about 8% of a human's body weight. Sounds about right. Your tongue is the body part that heals the quickest. It's true. I don't know why. And like our kidney transplant fact, I think the liver is also second place here too. On average, the stomach produces 2 liters of hydrochloric acid daily. That's a lot of powerful acid. Your tongue has thousands of taste buds located on its surface. This is a fact that doesn't seem particularly surprising. Hey, I was right in the previous one. Fingernails grow nearly 4 times faster than toenails. But I still don't know why. Your eyes begin to develop 2 weeks after conception. Yeah, the brain is one of the first things to develop, and your eyes are essentially an extension of your brain. Depending on your size, your large intestine is about 1.5 meters long, or somewhere between 4.5 and 5 feet. The human eye can distinguish about 500 shades of gray. Now, evolutionarily, I have to ask, is that at all necessary? I don't know. Eyelashes last about 150 days. Didn't know that, and I'll be honest, I never gave it any thought. The eyes, legs, and hands of a fetus begin to develop by week 5. But you just told me that the eyes begin to develop after week 2. Maybe they're just lumping all of them in together. Okay, fine. Even small noises can cause the pupils of your eyes to dilate. Evolutionarily, that's true. If you think there's something around you, then your pupils are going to get bigger so that you can let more light in and see more things. It's part of the fight, flight, or flee response. An adult human has 2 canine teeth that have points and are used for tearing. They are the 3rd from the center. That last part was me. Your brain is about 13 to 1400 cubic centimeters in volume. And that's about the size of a cantaloupe, wrinkled like a walnut. There are 3 types of human cartilage: hyaline, fibrous, and elastic. Your trachea is also known as the windpipe. Your trachea filters the air you breathe and branches into bronchi. After the bronchi come the bronchioles, and then the alveoli. Cute little air balls. The finger bones are straight on the back side, but curved on the palm side. Easier to grab things. Humans shed about 60,000 particles of skin every hour, about 1.5 pounds per year. By 70 years of age, an average person will have lost 105 pounds of skin. That sounds bananas, but it's true. You take approximately 5 million steps per year. What I find interesting is the last part of this fact was using your leg muscles. I won't go there tonight. Blondes. This is not a blonde joke, I promise. Blondes have more hair than dark-haired people. I wonder if that's because blonde hair is typically finer. Most hiccups are harmless, and they usually stop after a few minutes. Most. About 70% of your immune system is in your digestive system. That's true, and it's actually wild. The human body has enough fat to produce 7 bars of soap. Cartilage makes up about 25% of your spine's length. When you wake up, that cartilage gets decompressed from when you slept. And when you stand and sit throughout the course of the day, that cartilage recompresses. So you're significantly shorter in the evening than you are in the morning. The energy used by the brain is enough to light a 25-watt bulb. There are more jokes in here, but I'll hold off. Over the course of a lifetime, your heart beats about 2.5 billion, billion with a B, billion times. Whew. It's a hard-working muscle. Your heart is made up of almost entirely muscle, and it's strong enough to lift approximately 3,000 pounds, roughly the weight of a compact car. I don't know how they're figuring this out, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually true. If you clench your fists and put them side by side, and you're an adult, this is roughly the size of your heart. The kidneys of a newborn are about 3 times larger in proportion to their body weight compared to that of an adult. More electrical impulses are generated in one day by a single human brain than all the telephones in the world. Just think about all the little things you do. Every time you breathe, every time your heart beats, every time you blink, you move your eyes side to side, tap your toes, get up and walk, write your name. Those add up pretty handsomely. It's a lot of impulses, and they're everywhere. A lot of them you don't even know exist. The first sense to develop in a fetus is the sense of touch. 70% of the dust in your home consists of shed human skin. Remind me to vacuum tomorrow. Humans are born with 300 bones in their body. But when you reach adulthood, they only have 206. I am sure that sounds familiar to most of you. It's very true. There are more than 600 voluntary muscles in the human body. And at one point, I knew them all. I don't remember them all. Your eyes contain a small blind spot where the optic nerve passes through the retina. It's true. It's just to the outside of what you would consider your central field of vision. Not higher, not lower. It's to the right of your right eye's central field of vision and the left of your left eyes. About 1 liter of blood flows through your brain every minute. The brain is a very needy organ. Of course it is. Your left lung is smaller than your right lung to make room for your heart in the chest cavity. This is true. There are also 3 lobes in the right lung and just the 2 in the left. The capacity for emotions, joy, happiness, fear, shyness, are already developed at birth. The human face is made up of 14 bones. Interesting. I'm trying to name them in my mind, but I'll save you that exhaustion for later. Red blood cells carry oxygen around the body. They are created inside the bone marrow. It also says of your bones, but I found that to be self-explanatory. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. Every time you step forward, can you guess how many muscles you use? 54. Each kidney is about 4.5 inches long. Kidneys were pretty hard. The 52 bones in your foot make up about 25% of all the bones in your body. You need a lot of bones. Got a lot of balancing to do. It's important. Lymph nodes, the most important defense mechanisms of your body, are not found in your feet. There's a long and drawn out reason for this, but it's true. You're gonna have to take my word for it. I don't have a slideshow prepared. Your red blood cells are responsible for picking up oxygen in your lungs and carrying oxygen to your body's cells. Yes, that is how that works. The average human head contains more than 500 trillion atoms, and it weighs about 8 pounds. Anticlimactic for 500 trillion. Over 99% of your DNA sequence is the same of other people's. There's a lot of DNA that we have that Doesn't do anything. The left side of your body is controlled by the right side of your brain, while the right side of your body is controlled by the left side of your brain. That is mostly true. There are very specific instances when it's not, but for our purposes, we can call it close enough. Your sense of smell is least acute in the morning. Your ability to perceive odors increases as the day wears on. I have no idea why that would be true. Your skin is made up of 3 major layers. Epidermis, above the dermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis, which means below the dermis. About 1 person in 20 has 2 extra ribs, making 13 pairs instead of 12. That might be kind of cool. I don't think it's me. I don't remember if I've ever had a chest x-ray before. So it might be. Hey, might be you. I hope you enjoyed that. But I'm tired. And I hope you are too. Be well.